Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Your Father's Story. Quick summary. I bought this book. I was going to write in this book. I didn't write in this book. And now I'm making videos about this book. So, that's basically the long and the short of it. I figured I should probably start answering questions from the beginning of the book. You know, because you can't always keep going to the middle. But that probably means I'm going to get the worst, most generic question ever. So, we're going to see what question that is if I can find the page. I mean, yeah, basically. What is the name of your mother and father? Where and when were they born? Well, I guess we'll start with my dad. He's the least interesting one. Oh crap, I can't remember where my father was born. I know it was in this country. I want to say it was in Schenectady, New York, or around that area. He was born in 1947. So, yeah, I always remember that because, everyone remembers that Back to the Future took place in 1955. So when I was watching that movie when I was younger, I was like, oh, my dad was 8 years old at this time or whatever. So that's kind of how I remember when he was born and what his age was. So I guess that's pretty much the long and the short of it when it comes to my dad. I may have to correct that in a later episode. He may have been born somewhere else, but I'm not entirely sure. Mom, of course, her name was Nuansari. She was born in Thailand. I think she always said it was Bangkok, but I think it was someplace near Bangkok. I don't think it was in the actual city. Did I ask for their names too? Hold on one second. Because if I, oh yeah, it does ask for names. My father's name was Jack Blanchard, by the way. My mother's name is Nuansari Pudpongsai. She could not spell it right in English, so it actually makes a great password. So yeah, I remember being at a family reunion, and I think my cousin Kim was working on a family tree, and me and my dad sat down with her, and she asked her my mother's maiden name, and my dad was kind of like, "Oh, you okay? You ready for this?" So he had to try to spell out the name. Yeah, my mom was from Thailand, and I suspect was wanting to get away from the family life that was there. So she married my dad. He was over there serving in the Air Force, and then she came to America and had me. So, that's the story in a nutshell, as they say in the business. Oh, here's one that everyone's gonna love. Did you have a high school sweetheart? Spill the beans. In high school? No. I was the nerdy, dopey-looking kid with long hair that dressed funny. The women were not... the women were not beating down my door at that point. It might come as a minor shock these days, because I did go through a man-whore phase. My first real girlfriend was Amy. A lot of people know, people around me, of course, know who she is. We're still friends to this day, which is very, very cool. We were together for 4 years, and she went into the Navy, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Amy. You can tell me if I'm stupid. She went into the Navy, and then she came back. She would always visit me and my mom. She and my mom were really close. And So yeah, that's I guess the story of it. There's no real major story. Still probably, well, I don't know if it's my longest relationship anymore, but definitely one of my longest. I've had many relationships, but they don't always last very long. Some might say that has something to do with me. But yeah, was there another? I'm never gonna find this page again. Give me 1 second. Oh, there was nothing else to add to that. It just said spill the beans. I can say fairly that I was not a favorite of everyone in the family when Amy and I started dating, but that changed over time, so that was very cool. Her mom, I'm pretty sure, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to look at, well, I say I want to look and sound stupid, but I do that all the time. Her mom, last time I saw her, was like, you can still call me mom, or whatever, so that's very cool. She was very good to me. And obviously, without going into detail, she could have murdered me. Let's just say that. She could have definitely murdered me. But she didn't, and I'm still here, and Amy and I are still friends, and, that's always a very cool thing. When I was, like, growing up, it's really kind of funny because I do have pictures in, like, kindergarten of a girl holding my hand and things like that. So, like, and I had little kiddie relationships when I was, like, in first grade and things like that, So, somewhere along the way, I lost my mojo when it came to girls, but, I guess somewhere along the way I picked it back up. Not sure how, it just kind of happened, I guess, but, I don't know if there is a question later in the book that tries to give you advice on relationships, but what I can tell you is that there are two ways to a woman's heart, and it's their stomach and their sense of humor. Women love to laugh. Most of them do. So, you can make a woman laugh, you're going a long way towards getting their attention. So, yeah, I guess that's the best advice I can give on that particular subject. Kitten's lurking around. Tan, what are you doing? I had that curtain closed for a reason. You're a pain in my ass. You ruin everything. She don't care. Where did your life take an unexpected turn, and how did it happen? Ooh. Let me put a little check mark there. That, my friends, is a loaded question. It's happened a few times. I guess the most obvious one I can talk about is when I got jumped in 2001 by three guys. I've spoken about that before. Not on this series, but I was walking home from work, and I walked through. There were these woods that connected, like, the whole area, I guess, and everyone walked through them to get to the mall or to get to wherever. And I was walking home from work, and I had headphones in, so I didn't hear anything. And the long and the short of it is, like, I jumped and beaten up pretty badly. So, one might say that that was an unexpected turn. Some people speculate that it led to some of the health problems that I have right now, but I don't know, you could really, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I think, there's a lot of things going on, and, it is what it is. But yeah, that definitely, Was an unexpected turn of events. When I worked at Walmart during the Christmas season, there was a TV. They would keep big electronic things on the floor instead of in the back room because we had so much of it during the Christmas season. And I had to get a TV down for a customer one time. And I had no one to help me. And I was doing it on a ladder by myself, and it was a giant ass TV. The TV slid and hit me in the head and gave me a concussion. And some people think that's where my dizziness issues came from. So, one might say that that was an unexpected turn of events too that led to a lot of things. But this is like, it's all sad stories. I do remember my parents breaking up. I was in probably 4th grade. I remember hearing my mom screaming at my dad, which wasn't completely, uncommon. And then I went to their room, and my dad was packing his stuff. And, mom's still yelling at him. And then dad came out to the kitchen, and he was like, he knelt down by me, and he's like, I have to go away for a while or something. And my mom's like, your dad's not coming back. My dad had cheated on my mom again. He did it a lot. So I guess this time he was leaving her for the woman that he was with or whatever. I think that qualifies to make the list. Are there any others? I mean, there's a million of them, actually. There's a million of them, but those are 3 off the top of my head. Give me a second to think about another one. No, I guess that's all I can really come up with for right now for unexpected events. I mean, I know for a fact that there's more than that, but right now my brain is only processing so much, so I guess we'll just move on to the next question. What can I expect out of life as I grow older? That we as a species will never learn. It's funny that we study history to try and learn from our mistakes, but what history actually teaches us is that we never learn from our mistakes. I guess in a more localized kind of way. Things are always going to change, and I guess you kind of have to learn to adapt to that change. The world is always going to suck, but you have to try to find the good in it. Even if you do like I do and just stay within your own little circle. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, you can always, change is always going to occur, no matter how much you try and stop it, no matter how much you may not want it to happen, it's going to happen. And most people hate change and can't adapt to it. Adapting to it is very important. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it, The world always sucking has always been a thing. It is never going to change. In one form or another, the world's always going to suck. You have to learn to be happy in your life. If your happiness is dependent on what is going on in the outside world, you're not going to be a happy person. It's just the way it is. It's kind of the way I don't pay attention to a lot of things because it would just depress the living shit out of me, and I got enough to worry about in my own circle, so that's what I worry about right now. I would also say that bad people exist everywhere, but so do good people. It's almost like people are everywhere. But yeah, it may seem a lot of the time like the world is occupied by mostly bad people, but it's really not true. It's just a lot of times the good people aren't always as visible, or, you know, don't really get or want attention for their actions. I guess that's fair to say. And one last thing, I would say that no matter how hard things may get in life, there is somebody out there that wants to help you. Sometimes it's just a matter of finding them. So I would say to remember that as well. I think it's very important to remember, and I think a lot of people lose sight of that, and they lose their way. So yeah, I guess that's really all I have for that question. And that's it. It's about all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that nonsense. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Dark Souls Remastered Noesis run that's going on right now. Or the Hot Garbage Remastered Noesis run. I'm still fighting my way through Blighttown. It's a nightmare. And this past episode was... well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know exactly when this video is going to be published, so I shouldn't say this past episode anything. But recently... I've been through Blighttown, and it's just, oh god, it's made me so angry. It's made me hate this game even more than I already hate it. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. And Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Soulsborne Battle to the Death, where I pick 2 random Soulsborne bosses, and I pit them against each other, and I do bios, and then I decide who I think would win, and then you leave your opinions in the comments. So that is everything that's going on right now. Aiden did ask me when I was doing another Hunger Games, so that will be coming up very shortly. I do have one queued up with all the teams. I haven't put it in the computer yet or anything, but there is one on the horizon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate it. Channel's experienced a little bit of growth lately. That's always amazing to see. I don't know, my stupid little channel where I just play games and talk about stupid crap is getting a little bit of attention, so that's very cool. It's rewarding, is what it is. It's very rewarding, and you know, it makes me feel like something I do is worth it. So also, I've gotten back into my writing lately, so I'm very happy about that. I am going to finish the zombie apocalypse novel if it kills me, and likely it will. So, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have on that. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Still enjoying this series. I'm enjoying doing it, and the boys and Kate enjoy watching it, and you know, that's obviously very important. And so, yeah, I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying them enjoying this. So, you know, it's always a very cool thing. So, I hope everyone has an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See y'all Evil Live, y'all. Bye! What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the silver medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to RobertBlanchardBooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and in every episode I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books, or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.